Let's see who they want. Okay. Let's see who they want. Let's see who they want.
It's time to see who they want. I'ma kick back and roll me a blunt with the culture. We know it's trending, it's over. I can't respect your feelings. I touch your shoulder, fuck your feelings. We the culture, we know who they want. Who they want, we know who they want. Who they want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the only podcast show that does everything that they don't. You know, we have commercials, we let people be themselves, we be original, we have open conversations, we be who they want. You know what I'm saying? This is Live with DJ Steady and Company, and I am the one and only, Mr. DJ Steady, who's always ready to give on a good interview, good show, good content, and good energy, you know. It's been an amazing weekend, jumping off all that. Monday was kind of a slow burn, but I'm back. I'm back together. I'm well put together. I finally got a chance to get out the house for a while, enjoy great fun with great people and great energy. Now it's time to give Live with DJ and Steady and Company some great content and great energy as well. You know, First things first, I want to say rest in peace to Big George Foreman, the boxing legend. We lost him recently over the course of this weekend. And it's just mind blowing. We're losing a lot of greats, losing a lot of people, but let us not, dwell into that arena. So rest in peace. This is Live with DJ Steady and Company, and I got a great show lined up for you people. It usually works a lot better when Kyle is here, but he's running a little late, but he's gonna be here. So let's go ahead and spice it up. Get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a great guest that's been waiting patiently to be part of the Who They Want Network. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for a little laughs. Get ready to find out why he decided to make you laugh. Let's have some fun. You know what I'm saying? My man ZoeBoe69 is in the building.
What's up? What's up? What it do?
How's it doing, my brother?
Man, I'm chilling down here in Florida.
Not my home state.
Different types, different parts of Florida. I was telling my wife there because she's from Toledo, so I'm
Okay.
telling her that we got three different issues or versions of Florida. You got up north the Panhandle, that's Florida.
Yep.
Then you got us, we Florida, and then you got the dirty South. You got down in Miami area. You know what I'm saying?
As a Florida native, you're absolutely right.
Where you from?
I'm from North Florida. I'm from the Panhandle area.
That's where my people from. Yeah, that's why I say, well, I'm here and I go up there. My people from Mariana, Florida. So you know what I'm saying. So I go up that way. Like, wait a minute.
It changes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm from Quincy, we passed
I
through
got
Quincy.
people in Quincy too.
So, and then it's different when because I now live in Houston, and
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So it's different when I say certain things, and people will be like, that's so country. And you like, huh? This is just the way I've talked all my life.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, we just chilling down here. That's it.
That's all we can do, you know what I'm saying? And good thing you decided to be a comedian in that section of Florida, 'cause they need some laugh stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can't do nothing but laugh out of this area. You know what I'm saying? This where I'm from, it's like Scam City right here. You better watch who you deal with. I don't give my peoples my information, so I give it nobody else. They don't even know my real name. So I'm on, man, we third cousin. Yeah, it was tighter than you wouldn't know my real name.
Man, no, that is the truth. Like, you gotta be careful because people will, and they'll do it so nice, nasty. You wouldn't,
Oh yeah.
I'm from my part. You got that one cousin that they tell you, he's still alive. You better hide this, you better hide that. He'll steal your drawers right off you while you standing there talking to you. Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't even know it.
Wouldn't even know. He's just sitting up there talking, and then he'll tell it back to you. I just had. Nah, man, it's crazy. But it's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to Live.
Pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be here.
So go ahead and reintroduce yourself for those who don't know you on my network.
Oh, right. ZoeBoe69. Okay, I got a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a veteran. You see, I'm with the Army shirt on, and I didn't wear this shirt, but just to say I was a veteran. It's the only shirt I picked out when I went in there. And it was the first shirt that using my wife's dress me, but she didn't do it this time, so I could free fall. I can do what I want to do now.
You get to be grown today.
I can be grown today. So, yeah, I'm movie producer for one. We got 2 movies on so far on Tubi and other streaming apps, but Tubi, that's probably like the main one everybody know is Debit Card Life Matters and Church Sessions. They both comedy films. If you're a church going person, don't go watching Church Sessions and get a comment, get in my email, sitting up there trying to tell me off. No, it's a comedy. It's about real life thing. It's a comedy because my folks from the country up there in Marietta, Florida, originally that's where they from. So say they believe in church, and half of them was the one telling me, well, you shouldn't have did that, and I said, well, y'all shouldn't have been acting like that. So then we got something that a documentary, it's a comedian documentary, has been picked up by Amazon. So in a couple of weeks, you'll see it on Amazon Prime, and then eventually be on Tubi. It's called The Comedian Journeys. It's just a lifestyle, the journeys between 2 comedians. And what we went through to make it where we at is no fancy, you got the lights right, all that. It's like wherever we shot the film at, where we shot the like I said at, that's what we use. So we showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you getting everything with that. You're getting the truth. Because a lot of these comedy specials, they like to fix it up like it's glamorous, and they walk out there, this and that, but that's not how it really happened. You know what I'm saying? So we're telling you like how it is. And we're working on a movie now called Pretentious. We're working on now. Matter of fact, Saturday going to be the last day that we shoot it, and it's about an Army veterans going through a lot of issues. So he got social anxiety. He don't trust nobody. He don't even trust himself. So that's going to be a good movie to watch. And check us out, King's Castle ENT. That's our brand, King Castle ENT. We got podcasts. We got everything. We trying to do what we do.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, my man Kyle E has joined us for tonight's festivities. Man, I love it. And shout out to you for putting movies out there for us to enjoy and capturing different essences, like shooting a comedy movie church-based, because I get it. You got the super religious, you got so forth and so forth that can critique it however they feel they need to. But me, if it makes me laugh, like First Sunday was a comedy and it was church related, and I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I love it. I like Ice Cube anyway. I like his movies. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
And Cat Williams too.
Yeah, man. I'm a movie buff. Like I'm movie buff. So even when you say Tubi movies, I know people cringe. Oh, you watch movies on Tubi? I'm like, it's no different than watching Young and the Restless and Lifetime Movie Network.
Right. I mean, Tubi, you know what I'm saying? You got the good and the bad, like I say, but at the same time, you got to respect these people that for putting these movies and to put it on Tubi. It's not as easy as it sounds like, okay, I'm going to put this movie on Tubi. It's not easy as, like you say, oh, we're going to do this. It's a lot of work you got to do for them to at least even accept it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work you got to put into it. It could be a garbage movie, but you took the time out for them to accept it and it ain't like the next week, okay, you send it to them next week, they accept it. No, they gonna send you through the ringers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a
So
established network. So of course
yeah,
they have their policies in effect, what goes, what gets green lighted and what doesn't get green lighted. And I salute them for just supporting independent people trying to put something in the limelight.
right,
Yeah,
right.
agreed. Yeah, sorry for being late, fellas.
No worries.
But yeah, but good, but good to meet you, sir.
Same here.
All right. Well, since we're talking about you having your movie and your journey on Tubi, can you kind of elaborate on what that takes to put it on that platform? Do you know?
Well, you have to go through a company or a person. Some people can go to Tubi. Once you create a lot of movies, I guess you can get that bond with them or whatever. But I go through Film Hub, and I'm giving you the secret. I ain't gonna say because it ain't no secret to me. I'm telling you what to do
Hmm.
because I don't feel like doing all that paperwork and all that and all this. But I go through Film Hub, and see when you go through Film Hub, you still got they want all kind of different covers, different sizes, 4:3, 3:4, 2:3. You got to do all that. You got the video aspects got to be right. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to be right. So it's a struggle, but at the same time, you got to be patient with it. Don't rush, and just you know what I'm saying. Just ask them, and they'll help you. Like, and then what they do is they shop your film everywhere.
Hmm.
So I ain't gonna say everywhere because there's certain places they ain't in contract with yet. But with the Amazon Prime, the Tubi, the Peacocks and stuff like that, they shop it everywhere. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna get a percentage now. So when you start getting paid, they gonna get their percentage out of it. So
Because you're
I mean, you
using
got
their platform, yeah.
different people that you can go through,
Hmm.
but I look at it this way: I ain't made the money yet, so what they take out, I ain't never seen, can't hurt me.
Mm, I
Hmm.
like that. That's real. That's a jewel right there.
That's real. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is too though, you got to think about it. If you pay somebody up front versus them got to work to get your stuff together, who gonna really be working harder? You ain't paid yet, so you try to get paid, so you gonna be out there working.
Hmm.
Working
Yeah.
harder than ever. If
Yeah.
you at the McDonald's flipping by day, you on the corner by night.
Yeah, a lot of us they don't like a lot of people they don't see the hustle, they just see the results.
Yeah.
You know, they just see the results of the hard work. Like some have it easier than others, or so it seems. But at the same time, like I like it when a comedian can talk about can talk about themselves, because you see where where they've been, where they're coming from, and where they're going. And I'm not saying that they all got to be relatable, but it's like,
Mhm.
like I like it when you can take like I got relatives that have gone through some struggles. I'm pretty sure we all do. But
Mhm.
when you have those relatives that can take something negative and flip it into a positive, that's a skill, right? Like that,
Mhm.
like that is a skill. And going on stage, like the most I've ever done was go on stage and tell one joke and get off, right? My cousin, when I used to go to my cousin's youth group, they did this thing every summer where it was like like a showcase, and they would ask someone to come up and tell a corny joke. He said, "No good jokes, corny jokes. Give me a bad joke to make me laugh." Right? So I would just so I would I get something off a TV or something that would just come off the bottom, the back of, just off the top of the head, and then after that, I just get off stage. I that it's nerve wracking enough doing it in front of people. Period. So
It is. It is. And then I grew up with family members, like he said, we being from Florida, you always grow up with the cousins that's gonna say the most wildest of things, or the older
Mhm.
generation that don't care what they gonna say. And you probably wasn't supposed to laugh at that. Like you wasn't supposed to be finding Richard Pryor and Red Fox record
and Red
players in the
Fox,
room. You know what I'm saying? So it's that for me that makes it go. I used to tell people because laughter is me. Like my sense of humor is top tier for me. With all life challenges. I used to tell people at some points, I'm like, I'm gonna be the world's first stand up, sit down comedian. Because with the way I'm set up, I can't be standing up on stage all night.
Yeah, I mean, it is it's like I said, Florida. This is where I'm from, and I'm gonna just say it like this: is like on Facebook, me and my cousin, we ragging each other here and there, my sister, this and that, and that's what we do. So it's I know a lot of comedians, I know a lot of funny people, but the thing about it is they don't want to get on that stage to do it. So that's a different thing when you get on that
Mm,
stage, because you get on that stage and you see all these people looking at you. Then you, when you say something, you going like if, when you do comedy in a bar, they talking, they ain't come to listen to nobody. They drunk and they talking to each other. So that's when you gonna have to get down and dirty with them, like for them to listen to you. So
mm.
and if you're timid, oh, they gonna eat you up alive. Yeah, if you timid, they're gonna eat you up alive. It's gonna be somebody, like you say, if you go to a comedy club, it's different from going to a comedy club and going to a bar. You go
Mm.
to one of these bars, like I say, and oh boy, like it can be rough, you know what I'm saying? But and then, me, I go different places and do comedy. So it's just not like so they call it urban or whatever they want to call us. It's not that I go different places. So somebody called me like, hey, you want to do a show here, this and that, this now, what it is, how much you pay, yeah, I'll be there, and it is what it is. Because you got to have different sets. You got to know how to read the crowd too. Because you know what I'm saying? You go to a little hillbilly town and do comedy, and you go there and you're expecting, okay, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say these type of jokes, but they ain't into that. They into what your other style, your real style is. So you know what I'm saying? In other words, you got to be yourself. You got to be
What's
yourself.
uh what's a joke that you had in one of your sets that you didn't because of the environment you didn't know that if it was gonna hit or not, and it ended up hit.
Well, I was in. I'm gonna say it was a hillbilly town, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I can write. They say, okay, you got 30 minutes, blase, blase. So say I put 30 minutes of material together.
Yep.
When I get there, I probably say 10 minutes of that material. The rest is just like off my dome because you're reading the crowd. And
Yeah.
this was one I was reading off the crowd. It was about it's in Central Florida somewhere, like northern for me, between here and Ocala. And I said a joke. I don't want to remember what it was, but it was something about it was the snowbirds coming down here. And
Mm.
if people that don't know what a snowbird is, it's people from north that comes to the south, mainly in Florida, Central Florida and below during the wintertime. And then they go back up to the north, during the summertime. So we call it snowbird. So, and
Hmm.
they usually hit these little small towns around, the big cities or whatever. So I'm looking around and, it's just me and my wife there. So, and then the owner, he's Latino. So we about the only, what I'm saying, spice there, you know what I'm saying? So the rest of
Mm.
it's like plain, you know what I'm saying? So, so I get on the stage. So I remember I asked them, we got these snowbirds here. And I feel like, no, no, no. I said, so all y'all from Florida. No, we from New York, New York. So I said, what the hell are you talking about? Y'all snowbirds. Right, you know what I'm saying? So this is how I'm talking to them, right? But they
Yep.
love it. They're eating it up. They're eating up. So then I'm like, this is right after the president election, after the election. And I say, wait a minute, y'all from New York. I say, yeah, you know what? We got posts on Facebook from y'all New Yorkers that was telling us from Florida, next time a hurricane come, don't bring our behinds up to New York because we're a red state. I said, we don't like y'all New Yorkers anyway. We don't want to go out there. So I'm starting eating them up. But they laughing though. You get what I'm saying? They laughing about
Yeah.
it. I said, y'all can't. I said, y'all come down here every winter. We don't go up there every summer.
Man.
So
And that's
I
his
did about
comedy.
5-10 minutes on that because the people in the crowd, and I'm talking about this is like an older dude. He probably like in his 80s. I'm talking about him, and so not talking about him, but having fun with him. You know what I'm
Yeah, of
saying? So,
course.
yeah,
Mhm.
And then I'm the type, if I'm going to a comedy show, then I expect to be that one that, oh, look at him rolling in. And, you expect a roast because,
yeah.
you go into that environment. Don't get mad because you go into that arena and then get mad because the joke's on you, become part of the joke. That's what I like about unnatural, unscathed, just pure
Yeah,
comedy. And it's only very few that can do it just right out the gate. Like I've
Mm.
yeah,
been keeping up with Ari Spears and his comedy. Like he picks people out the crowd all the time, wherever he go.
but the one who started though, right? The one that I know who started DL Hughley. He
Yeah.
started that.
Yes.
When
Mhm.
I first started watching, he was the first one I seen doing that.
And Ari Spears did quote it and said it. That's where he got it from.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was the first one. And it's like down here, that's all everybody doing. They call it crowd work.
Crowd work. I see a lot of these days, especially a little bit before, but especially after COVID, I've been seeing a lot of a lot of crowd work clips. Like like YouTube, a comedian doing just straight up crowd work, right? And a
Yeah,
couple of them did a whole special, like a whole hour
oh, crowd
special
work.
of just crowd work, and the stuff they come up with just off the top of the dome, like they wait, they will wait for someone to say, for someone to say something, or they'll look at what they're, or they'll look at what they're having for the night, because some of them do it in like clubs, so people are like eating, so they're like, okay, so what you eating, what you drinking, and then they'll point something, out, and it will just get the biggest laugh. Even a fumble can get a laugh if you
Yeah, yeah,
if you can land, right? And
yeah,
I'm like, I'm just sitting here in awe, because I'm the type of person that likes to laugh. Could I
yeah.
do a whole 30? Heck no. I can't even do a 5. But my thing is, like, I respect that skill of just going up there, being yourself, and getting and just getting laughs out of people. But how do you deal with a heckler?
Like I say, me and my family, we chew. We call it chewing down here. They call it roasting or whatever. So I'm gonna call what everybody call it roasting. Me and my family, we roast each other. So if you're ready, stay ready. So if you say something to me, just be prepared that I'm gonna get on you, and once I get on you, I'm gonna stay on you. I might not even finish. I might not even finish my set. Everything I was talking about earlier, that's gone out because you started, and it's a couple of times that I had to do that. Because I don't go out there, and when I say mess with the crowd, I mess with them. We talk blase blase, but I'm not putting them down. I'm not trying to shame them. But if
Mhm.
you come and heckle me, and you know what I'm saying, and it's a different type of heckle though. You feel what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
heckle, you going with the joke or whatever, blase blase. But if you like rude and obnoxious and all that,
Mhm. Mhm.
I get on you. You get one. It is what it is. Because
It is what it is.
it's all kind of faults that you can find about people. And the main thing you got to understand is I got the microphone. You sitting
Yeah,
there
got the microphone.
screaming what you got to say. Nobody don't hear what you got to say, really, except for the people around you. I got the microphone.
You got the micro. If you're going to watch a comedy show, and I've seen people that go to the comedy show and they sit like front row, right? And then they try to heckle, and some of them will, because they'll get the jokes. They'll start just going crazy, like, oh, no, they want to get roasted that night. They want to get roasted
Yeah,
because they want a story to tell.
yeah,
Others will get offended, right? And I've seen some where, they either leave in the middle of the set, and then the comedian of that night will say something, and that will just kill, or other times it would just be like, oh, I'm offended by this. Why are you offended? Then they actually have, like, next thing you know, it turns into a therapy session, like
yeah.
a like a, oh
I
man.
remember. I remember. What's his name? Uh, Collier. What's his name? Collier. His name Mike Collier. Mark Collier. It's Collier. His last name Collier. He played on what was that movie he played on? Anyway, he played on a lot of movies. But
Yep.
I remember he came down here about 10, 15 years ago, and it was a group of blind people came in. and they sat up in the front of the corner. Man, when I said, and the group of people I went to, they got sense, and they said, man, he couldn't say that. They blind, he couldn't say that. I said, they knew they were coming to a comedy show, and they all walk. He like, look at all they walking here, stumbling over. I mean, he was like, oh. He was all like, but you know, he didn't mean no harm, but it was funny though, you know.
Right. And then it's like you say, it's not like I'm intentionally attacking this person. It's just, I got a quick joke because you know it can gravitate to people really, really quick. You know, and I like that. Like I like a quick. You know, I can get into the joke, say this, move on. Like you say, a 30-minute set. Oh, I don't need this paper now. I can. The crowd already. Because you gotta hit that like that opener joke, like you say, you get a few little, and then you get that. By the time you get to about that fourth or fifth one, and then you hear everybody busting the gut, and bam, you got your audience.
One time, my wife, I got her in the comedy. She's a singer and all that. You know, we got some new music getting ready to come out too. But
nice.
But I got into comedy because, you know, we be sitting up here, this and that. I don't laugh at her stuff. She don't laugh at my stuff. Sometimes I laugh at her stuff, but, you know, it's tough love. You know what I'm saying? Tough love. Then when you get on there, it make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to sit up there like that because you're not going to get that when you get on there, especially with other comedians because comedians hate. Comedians hate each other. They do. They be hating on each other. The ones you think your homeboy be hating on each other. So anyway, we went up there and she got up there. This is her first time on stage. We at this redneck bar. The redneck bar is in the middle of the hood now. This is a redneck bar in the middle of the hood. And I never understood that because I never went to this bar. I stayed in that area. Never went to that bar till I went to go do a comedy show to do like this the address. I put the address, this little redneck bar right here. You know what I'm saying? And it's in between two of the roughest, three of the roughest hood down here in Tampa. You got Cross Fletcher, Cross Fowler. You got Sulphur Springs, and then you had Riverview Terrace. Sulphur Springs and Riverview Terrace, the only projects, but these other areas are rougher than the projects. You get what I'm saying? Then you got right here the redneck bar. So my wife, this is her first show, so she got up there and she's saying a joke. So old white, you know, lady drunk, tried to heckle her. Boom, she went off on her. You know what I'm saying? Handled like a G, you know what I'm saying? I was never so more proud of her, you know what I'm saying? She handled like for real, she handled like a G. Like, so then when I got up there, I said, I was talking about, because all the police was riding around there. So I started talking about the police. So they was into it. So I started telling them some true stories. It wasn't nothing I planned on right. I ain't write this. It was what I planned on. I had 30 minutes then. I had planned on this. So the whole, I'm going to say about 25 minutes, I'm talking about me with my issues with different police officers. Our man was talking about when the police had whooped my behind. You know what I'm saying? Well, they would love it. You get what I'm saying? Then I would talk about I wish Ebola was black because police would mess with black people when Ebola was here. You know what I'm saying? So,
man.
So, you know, I made jokes out of it, but you know what I'm saying? They love it. So, you know, after that, not really out there because I already know what I can do, but like with my wife, like after that right there, your first show was at a redneck bar and look how you handle it. So, you know, it's like anywhere we go. It's like it is what it is. You just got to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared for the crowd. If you got a different crowd than what it is, then you just got to go with the flow.
So you guys at the redneck bar that night, that was her first performance? That was her first show?
First comedy performance, yes.
Woo! Big ups.
Yeah. They gave her 10 minutes.
Quick.
Right?
Yeah, that was our first comedy performance right there.
In the middle of the hood with a bunch of
in the middle of the hood.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I had to say some stuff like that because I was talking about how the police will go everywhere else, but I never seen the police pull nobody up at that bar.
They had their limits. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, Billy Bob, let them know that we gentrified this section of the square.
Yeah. I ain't never see.
oh,
I ain't never see you. You want to get somebody DUI somewhere right outside, you get DUI. But somebody coming out that bar, police will pass right by them. They can be swerving out, the police pass right by them. Like they don't see nothing.
that sounds like a movie. That sounds like a movie right there.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the lady that owned it, the old lady that owned it, she died. Maybe a year or two later after that, and they sold it. So I don't know what they did with it. Because I was planning on, to be honest with you, if I knew she had died, I would have bought it. I would have bought it out. You know, it's in the middle of the hood and keep it the way it is. Because apparently she was making some money.
She knew her clientele.
Yeah,
She knew her
yeah.
clientele.
sometimes
Wow.
that, sometimes that ruins a lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things when it, especially if there's no relatives or somebody to come in and kind of take it over, and then
Right.
people come in and, oh, we want to remodel, tear this down, and try to make it
Yeah.
nuanced. But then it lackluster because now I can't tell my joke because they might be like, well, she might have condoned that. Well, we don't condone that here now.
We all go down. Right, right, right.
Mm, it changes the whole environment. That
Yes.
is so um we talked a little bit, we talked about a little bit about like other, other comedians here and there, and I'm sorry once again because I came in, because I came in late, but can you give us like who are you watching now, like do you watch other comedians, like to make yourself laugh, not to give material, like just to make yourself laugh? No.
No, I don't. I don't. I don't. Once I start getting into comedy,
Yeah.
I really don't watch specials and stuff. People are like, oh, you got to pick this special. The only time I see somebody doing something, if I see a clip on YouTube or Facebook or something, and I see that. Now, I did go see Cat Williams twice. I went to see Said Entertainment was said. What was the? It was the four of them was said. Oh man, what's his name? The dude that died. It was D.L. Hughley was with him too.
The Kings of
What?
Comedy,
Who's
Steve
It
that?
wasn't
Harvey.
It wasn't Kings of Comedy.
Oh,
It was like maybe 6, 7 years ago.
ah,
Eddie Griffin was Eddie Griffin.
Ooh,
Lopez.
George Lopez.
It was Black and Brown tour or
Nice.
something like that. Black and
Nice.
Brown tour. Because I think it was Eddie Murphy's brother that had died. He's supposed to came down
Charlie
here.
Murphy, rest
Charlie
in
Murphy
peace.
was supposed to be with him and he didn't show up. And
Mm.
I didn't know he was sick. And then, a couple of months later, they said he had died. He's supposed to have been on the tour with him.
right. I
But
remember
anyway, I
that.
went to see them but like I said, it's me watching, and I could watch somebody like them because that's not my style anyway.
Ah,
So now, but if Bernie Mac still was alive or Red Fox, I couldn't
yeah.
watch it. Cause I'm saying, cause people tell me I'm too much like both of them. I got it mixed because you never know what's gonna come out their mouth. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
I don't want to be accused of, oh, you stole that from Bernie Mac. You can't tell me I stole anything from anybody because I don't watch nobody. If
I,
somebody like when I'm trying to do a show, because I do promote shows. When I'm trying to promote shows and I get comedians, I said, send me a minute of your clip. Oh, I send 10 minutes. I don't need to hear 10 minutes. Just send me a minute of your clip. I can tell on that minute. Give me a minute of your clip. I don't want to hear the whole thing because I don't want to, because sometimes we don't know that we taking somebody material, but we do, but we don't even know we do. You get what I'm saying? Because like say when
yeah.
you sleep and you got the TV on when you're sleeping, a lot of that stuff come in your mind, your subconscious, and you be thinking you woke up, oh, I had this about this and that, but it be somebody else stuff. So I don't want to be never accused of that because I want my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, it makes sense. I hear a lot of a lot of comedians, at least because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube too, and they will, and certain ones will say, oh, he took my joke, he reconfigured it, but
yeah,
they reconfigured it into their style, or they changed some elements of the elements of the story, but that's my joke, that was my setup, and because you can't copyright a joke, it gets hard to explain to people, no, I came up with this first, or this joke is just, because things could be, because more than one thing could be true. It could be a straight up coincidence, or they could have taken elements of your joke and then just flipped it, and you just don't know. You just don't know. So I understand where I think you're coming from. I don't want to be accused of taking
Yeah,
somebody's stuff.
especially after that bomb of a podcast interview with Cat Williams last year. So I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
The whole thing between him and Cedric, like
Yeah.
man.
he
Just
took my
putting a
joke.
fat face on lies. What you doing? You let him come up here.
You know he started down here though.
Yep.
Cat
Yeah.
Williams first stand up. I was in the army when he did this. I'm reading, it was in Ruskin, and that's like 15 minutes from me, and that's where he had started from in Ruskin. But the thing about it is though, and I'm gonna say it like this though, right?
Hmm?
A lot of people say, "Oh, they stealing jokes, they stealing jokes, they stealing jokes," but it's like what 8 billion people in America, and you trying to tell me you the only one thinking of this right here? I went to a show. I went up to the Charlotte at the Comedy Zone one day. One time it was a contest. Dude got on stage. He said the same joke, not the same way, but the same joke that this dude down here in Orlando say. So I go down to Orlando and I'm talking to the cat. The cat like, man, he had to hear me to steal my joke. I said, MF, nobody don't know who you are. Who go just go on your page, look you up? They don't even know who you are just to look you up to see that joke, man. People got the same style. They got the same style, and it is what it is because it was one comedian, I forgot the name of it, but when I first started, he was saying that he came down here when it was Tampa Improv. He wouldn't let no black person feature for him or come up before him.
Mm-hmm.
He said because we may have the same type of joke.
Same kind of joke.
Yeah.
Man, but like that just shows me, like, yeah, I do believe that some people will either knowingly or unknowingly, someone like there are similarities between one person's story and another person's story, but I also believe that it could be a straight up coincidence, and I have an interesting case in point about that. So I'm pretty sure we all know the comic or the character Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So apparently, around the time that Dennis the Menace was being created over here, there was another version being created in the UK at the same time. They didn't know each other. The two creators didn't know each other at all. Right. The two creators didn't know each other at all. The stories of the two were similar, except for where they lived and what kind of like trouble they got into and what kind of slingshot they used and stuff like that. It was happening at the exact same time, right? And I don't know if there was any like legal action taken, but it was just the two of them had a similar idea and they both executed it similarly. And it's like, how else would you have especially at the time, there was no internet. There was no like the publications of the comics. I don't know if like, because UK they got their own humor over there, so it's not like the guy who's creating his version looked at either, I don't know, the TV show or the comics from back in the day and just said, hey, I'm gonna do that. No, it's just happened that they just happen to have the same story and the same title. And it's strange to me. It's kind of like when you hear multiple artists, some of them have the same name, or a song with the same name, but with the same name of a song. It gets to a point where like I believe the Screen Actors Guild, if somebody has the same name of somebody, they're like, can you change your stage name or can you use a different name because there's already somebody with that name. We don't want to get you confused, right? So it's amazing how how so much things can be happening in the world at the same time. And yeah, there are 8.5 billion people on the planet currently. So there ain't no way in the world that just one person can be going through just these series of events and then someone sees them. And I'm just saying it could happen, but it's not happening as frequently as we think. You
Yeah,
know?
because you got Saban with what he did with the Power Rangers,
Yep.
seeing it over there in Japan and bringing it into America, and just basically English dub footage of what he already seen over there.
Yeah. And he had to do it in the American way. Like there's so many great sitcoms that come from overseas that get brought over here, and some of them we didn't even know were from over there until like later on. Some jokes translate well in one in one culture versus versus another. So to me, I feel like we should be like, instead of like, oh, you stole my joke, you stole it. No, like, hey, let's talk. What was your like life like, or what was your like interest like? What was it that helped you exercise that comedy, that comedy side of you? You know what I'm saying?
That goes back to what he said earlier about hatred in that comedy zone. Like there's no allegiance to that. There's no club of, hey man, I need to come holler at you. You got to come see me about that. It's they try to code it by, if you look at, he said his joke in 2001, but I had already said it in 1999. So
Yeah.
therefore it's my joke.
But he didn't even know who you were. Maybe
Exactly.
you
And
know?
another thing is when you're on the stage, me personally, I'm on the stage with some people. Some people you bring to the stage, how I put it, they suck. I'm gonna be honest. They just ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? People think they funny, they ain't funny. So if you put somebody in front of them that's kind of funny and they doing their thing, I tell them straight up, piggyback off them jokes. You know what I'm saying? Piggyback. If this person get off the stage and he got this crowd going, piggyback. Thank you. I had my wife wearing my belt.
Uh-oh.
I like that. I like that.
This was presented to me this Saturday. It was presented to me. My wife got one too at this NCW champions Neck Dog Championship Wrestlers, an independent wrestling organization. So we came back from vacation, went straight down there, and we did. You know what I'm saying? We do comedy sets. The dude that owned the wrestling thing, actually me and him went to school together. We didn't know it till probably like 10 years ago when we met up. And I'm doing my comedy, and his son doing his thing and all that. But yeah, they presented us with belts. You know what I'm saying? So the king of comedy. So not the comedy down here, to put it this way. You know what I'm saying? So I got my own belt.
Nice.
But like I was saying before, though, I tell people straight up, if you're uncomfortable with this type of crowd or whatever, you uncomfortable, it's all right to piggyback off this person's joke. You know what I'm saying? Because our main objective is what? To keep the crowd laughing.
Even in battle rap, a lot of times when two artists go head to head, the one opponent gonna use exactly what the other person just said and then twist it around.
And then
It might have a better delivery. It might have got better ahs and oohs, So it's just that, like I feel like who you are, what makes your DNA works. Like Kyle can tell you, or people can tell you that for me, for podcast goals, I watch multiple different podcasts, and I ain't say I'm them, but I'm like, I got some DNA from everybody, but it's me. Like,
right.
I'm delivering it. Me, my format, my faction. Intro might pop off. Like I've been making jokes with watching TikToks, and you see Jennifer Hudson's little thing for the Spirit Tunnel, and her guests come down. I'm like, wasn't nobody big enough guests coming to do interviews until I did it.
Right.
See, you just want to make it like funny, just like Steady and I, we, I'm from Connecticut, he's from Florida, but we've been working together for
3-4 years.
Yeah, right. So since then we've done I don't know how many shows together, not to mention interviews on other people's podcasts. And next thing you know, we end up doing a little side project with my cousin, and they end up they end up getting to know each other, and then they kind of mold right away. So if somebody's doing like a little joke or whatever, they'll do the what was it, the Temptations line.
It was a temptation. Ain't nobody coming to see you.
It was the Temptations line. You were reading each other like a book. And he said, "Ain't nobody coming to see you steady," and you just went with it. You
Just and because it's unnatural, like you say, it's that you try to hackle me, I'm gonna get you back, just right up the dome, not being offensive, but I'm gonna say something, and bro was like, "We gotta rewind that back, and you
we
gotta
gotta
come in
record that. I'm
and
like, bro, we gotta record that right now because he just had natural
sometimes I
chemistry.
get mad. I'll say some stuff and it really be funny and be like, I should have wrote that down for real.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, sometimes these jokes come to you at the wrong time. It just they come to you and I got the and then after a while it's gone. Like, oh well, that was a spot there. Especially this traffic up here. I mean, you got a lot to talk about.
Mm.
People got a lot to talk about, and everybody. And like I said, it's a lot of comedians. It ain't like back in the days when you only had a few comedians out there.
Yeah.
Now every city got about 500, 600 comedians. You know what I'm saying? And so you gonna tell me ain't nobody saying the same jokes they are? Everybody going to open mic, different open mic. You gonna meet this person? It's just gonna happen. All I can say is say it better. Be you with it. Make it
Be
better.
you.
Yeah.
Be you. If I see a dude from New York or a dude from Florida or heck a dude from freaking India and they say the same, the same type of jokes, it's like okay, so which one do you think did it better? Like we're seeing comedians from all around the world now. We're not. It's not just relegated to a few states. You know what I'm saying? And I love seeing each one's style. Because they might teach you something that you didn't know. It's a cultural thing.
We don't
it's
say
a cultural
nothing like when Robin Williams, did all the voice impersonations and all that, and then you had Dave Coulier. And now we stepping into our side, and you got like Jay Farrell and so forth and so forth. They're doing impersonation. Nobody, you don't see nobody calling somebody out. Nobody calls them out. Comedy is comedy. Good comedy is that. You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to put a stamp on. Oh, that was mine, bro. I laughed. Whether I laughed harder at yours or laughed less as easy, it's comedy. So my question is like, for you doing comedy in today's society of sensitivity, does that like kind of make you sweat your brow a little bit? Because you, like you say, you go in not to be insensitive, but you go in to deliver natural comedy. So you feel like you get bothered by sensitivity in America's rating scales now?
And that might be a reason why a lot of these clubs is kind of skeptical about getting me on that stage. Because like I say, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me. You come here. So guess what? I'm gonna be me. If I go on that stage and I try to tailor my stuff, so okay, well, this may hurt this person feeling, but this may hurt this person feel. This may hurt this person feel. Ain't no sense in me going on stage. Well, then what I'm about to be talking about, I might well. I even say jokes at work. And there's no cursing. I work for the federal government. I ain't sitting up there cursing this and that, but I still make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah. Some of them may laugh, some of them may not laugh, but I'm still saying me. But the difference is I'm not going to, the stuff I would say like right now, I would not, certain stuff I won't say that at work, but I'm still making jokes, in other words, and this is like, they like I said, they got a tight rope around comedians right now because they ready to throw them in the garbage can. We got the cancel culture. We're gonna cancel them. We're gonna cancel it. Yeah, man, you do all you want to, because I feel like this: if you funny and the people love you, you can, like Cat Williams. They try to cancel Cat Williams, can cancel.
They tried to
Club Shay. That's it. He opened a whole can of worms there.
They tried to cancel him. They tried to cancel Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Yeah,
Dave Chappelle all the time. They can't. Now, do I agree with everything that's being said? No. Am I offended by it? No. Am I? Especially since I've been watching these dudes since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? These are my, like Red Foxes and Richard Pryors. I even go back and watch old specials because I want to see how things evolved and how this is storytelling. This is 100%. This is an art form. This is storytelling. It's the art of laughter is a skill that not a lot of us have. you know.
And
So
May 2nd here in Texas is a comedy tour coming with Mike Epps hosting and Carlos Miller and Country
word.
Queen and
Yeah.
so forth and so forth here in Houston. And I'm like, if I don't do nothing else, I would love to get my coins right and go for that because
About to
those
say you
guys
going,
are
bro? You going,
unnatural. Man, I love unnatural funny. Like there's a different. You can tell when a comedian just doing something to force you to laugh versus somebody that can just say something. And, like he was saying earlier in the show about it come from being sitting around your family and going. You
Mhm.
go in, I go in, and don't get mad at me because my joke stunk a little bit. Now you got your feelings hurt, but you got Lunel. She says it. You got to have being home and going back and forth with your family members if you're gonna enter that realm of
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah. You
Linnell?
can. Yeah. Yeah.
It is true. I got to see Cat. I got to see Cat Williams and Linnell one time when they came to my neck of the woods, right? And it was so. And at one point, because Linnell was opening for Cat. It was and I forgot. Oh man, I forgot who else. Who else was there? We interviewed him at one point.
Red Grant.
Red Grant. So it was Red Grant first, Linnell, and then Cat. At some point, the power went off in the middle of a set. Like the power in the entire. We were in a they were at a theater called the Palace over here, right? The power went off in the middle of their set, right? And then the emergency power kicked on, and she's on the ground, like, hold on, they shooting. I'm like, I don't know if she was really paranoid or whatever, but when I saw her on the ground, I was like, for some reason, I couldn't help but laugh, because he knew, because she might have known what to do at that point. And then Kat came out and said, "Look, I know this ain't like the power. The power went out. This was out of everybody's control. He did not charge us for that show. Like you guys already got the tickets. I'm coming back in a few months. Come back, redeem your ticket. I'm not going to charge you again." And he didn't charge us again. They went. They did the show again. Some of the jokes they did that were the same because they were on tour,
Right.
but at the same time, they were gracious enough to let us come back and not charge us.
That's
And
good.
the show itself was so awesome. And I got to share that with my dad. It was like one of the first comedy shows I got to go with him as an adult. And that was that to me was one of the best nights.
That's good. Yeah, that was
Sitting
good.
in my
That's genius.
backyard
Yeah.
with my cousin and being from Florida and being big dudes, you already knew jokes used to come. So again, developing thick skin in the comedy for us, you go through all the your mama jokes, all the fat jokes. So again, if you reach a level of confidence where like you call whatever you can say about my fat would not bother me at this point. I done heard everything from sitting in my backyard, going back and forth with my cousin to when I go to school. And so, the football player who's chunkier than me wanting to say something, okay, I got a trick for you. And I remember me and my cousin went in so hard on this one guy in like middle school and he started crying and we got in trouble. But I'm like, but wasn't nobody coming for us when he was coming at us first.
because he cried, so he went to a teacher.
But I'm like, if you can't, what they say now, if you can't
It,
take it, don't dish
understand
it.
the heat, stay out the kitchen.
Exactly.
And down here, I mean, I ain't just saying down here, but when I went to school, the big people, you know what I'm saying, they was one chewing. You know what I'm saying? They had the jokes. You come in if you wanted, they had the jokes. So they wasn't, I mean, you had some feeling sorry for themselves, but it wasn't all that. They wasn't, I was always been dark. So back then when I was growing up, the dark skin versus light skin. So they
Yeah.
gonna dish some, I'm dishing something back. They dishing something, I'm dishing something back. Even when I was in the army, it was going back that way. So it is what it is, I mean, like I said, the people from up there, up north, New Yorkers, I was stationed in Oklahoma. They came down there, so I'm hanging with the people. When I'm in Oklahoma, I'm hanging with a couple more Florida people, but I'm hanging with people from Los Angeles and Compton area. So I'm hanging with them, So they come here, blase. So what I'm saying, we having a battle of words.
Yeah.
Nobody get offended though. It's just a battle of words. Nobody get offended. It wasn't no, oh man, you should have said I'm gonna fight. It wasn't that. It's a battle of words. You know, they said that, I said this, they said that, and everything was straight. It wasn't no, oh, we gonna fight because you said that. It wasn't like that. Right now, I feel just like a lot of people are so sensitive. They so thin skinned that you can't say nothing to them. And it's just, like I say, it's just words. And people don't mean what they say. It's just like, even with comedians, certain comedians down here, I can go to and I can say something to them, blase, say something back to me, and it's cool. But certain comedians, you can't say nothing to them because they be all in their feelings and stuff. Like, you know, I might be going up there, man. You did know this was a show, right? You plan on getting on stage? Yeah, then why you wore them regular ass shorts or something like that? You know, I say something like that. You get what I'm saying? But certain ones I can't say that. I just sit to the side. Me and my wife sit up there, and we just be sitting like there, like, you know, they just go like they just got out the house, just got out the bed, and just gonna go straight to the stage. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say that to them because, but they comedians, and comedians, you aren't supposed to have thin skin.
Comedians, like, I feel like if you can, if you can dish it out, especially if you're a comedian, like an audience member, it's like one thing. But if you're at a show and you're offended by something, it's like, but you're the one that either said something first or heckled them. It's like, wait a minute, so you can dish it out, but you can't take it. What's the problem? I've heard everything. I'm a disabled short guy. I've heard just about everything I can hear. So at this point, it's like, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, hit me with something. Let me laugh. Let me think. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I get it. Like me and my best friends, like they're very sarcastic, right? They're very sarcastic. So sometimes they'll hit me with something like they'll hit me with something crazy about myself, and then I gotta sit there and think. I'm thinking like, shoot, did you just? And I'm reflecting, and I'm like, dang it, I can't rebuttal because they're right. I'm an amputee. So they got me looking in the mirror, man in the mirror moment, and I'm like, I can't. There's nothing I can do to rebuttal this because he's 100% right.
And you got to be on a level of understanding who I am and having a fun with dark humor. So I got this thing where certain people call my phone and I know they can take a joke. And like I was saying, I'm an amputee. So I pick up my phone and be like, standing on the right, leaning on the left. And then be like, what? So, on the right, leaning on the left. And my brother fell out laughing, talking about, boy, you crazy. It's like,
because he wasn't expecting that. You answered the phone like that. That's a good one.
About that. I had, before that had came up, I had my right big toe amputated from a situation, and people used to say, and I'd be like, 9 toes down for you.
Yeah, right there. That's the name of your album, right there.
9 toes down for you, baby.
9 toes down. What up?
You got to be able to take a joke. It's all about having fun. It's not.
It's all about that, yeah.
Because there's one comedian, he's blind, so he say blind. I don't know, because I like I said, I seen him. He stayed living. I don't know if he live in Orlando now, but that's when I seen him. I seen him walk. It's a chair right there. He moved to the side, and when he sat in another chair, I'm like, wait a minute, get this mom. I'm thinking like, you know what I'm saying?
You want to check him.
Yeah, I'm like, but he get up on the stage and he talk about different stuff. He's not thin skinned, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody don't really mean, and this is what people got to understand. It's not now some people do mean harm because they like evil people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got you know what I'm saying, you said joke, that person said joke against you, said joke, that person said joke against you. It's all about fun and game. Ain't nobody being serious about nothing, because you know that's what it is. Because I got my finger, my right finger, pointy finger, has surgeries messed up, and so it's curved all different ways. So I say, if I point a direction with this finger, you're just gonna be going in circles. So you know, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Look, it is what it look, boom. It go that way, so you gonna keep going the way. I can't even point straight, but it is what it is, and just like I said, got one of my god sisters, she get on Facebook all the time. What's up, crooked finger? And you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, personal about nothing. It's all about fun and games. If you can't take it, then don't dish it.
If you can't if you can't laugh at yourself, I look at myself in the mirror. I got a penguin walk. I go like this, right?
Yeah.
So I call it my metronome, right? I call it my metronome, right? My girlfriend loves it, right? So I have no reason to worry about that anymore. But one day I looked at myself. I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw myself go, wait, because I never really thought about how I walk. I just, I just do it. I walk with my back instead of my hips. So as a result, I do this, right? And I looked at myself in the mirror one day and I was like, oh, so that's what people see. And I just started laughing. I was like, wait, that's what people see when they see me. I never thought about it until I looked in the mirror one day. I'm walking towards my grandmother's like closet, and she had a thin mirror on the closet door, and I ran. I was like, oh, that's what I look like, right? And I just started laughing at myself because it's funny.
Man, when I couldn't fail celebrating my birthday, I failed because I forgot that my left leg was gone for a minute. So I came down on the left leg thinking it was supposed to catch me. And the person I'm on the phone with was like, you okay? I'm sitting there laughing. They talk about, why are you laughing? I'm like, because now I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to get my one-legged ass up off the floor. You be trying to, what it's like trying to lift your body up with what?
Oh, man. Hey, geez.
I was like, well, put your leg on. You just got the leg, sir. They didn't even teach you the rules of how to put it. Like, you just think, oh, I'm going to put a prosthetic leg on. Bam, I'm going to hop up. No, and you're Army vet. So, it's certain things you just can't do that you used to do.
Yeah. It takes time, though, but it's all about fun and game. That's all. It was comedy, fun and game.
It's all about fun. I love comedy that also makes me think. Like I said, if somebody says something about me or or something about somebody I know and it makes me laugh, but it also makes me think, I'm like, you got me. That's it. There's a lot of things. Like I've heard people call I heard people call comedians like modern day philosophers. And I think the reason for that is back in the day when they way back in the day, I'm talking like Roman times and places like that, they looked to the philosophers, the scientists and stuff like that. Now we're looking to Facebook. Now we're looking to social media for our information. A comedian will point that out and make jokes about it. Or point out something like a dumb article that just people saw the article and they didn't read the rest. Next thing you know, then you get the rest of the article from like the Daily Show or one of the many other talk shows out there with all these comedians, and they are telling the real news. I'm like, that to me says a lot about where we are right now, but also it makes me it makes me think, but it also makes me laugh. Man,
I remember this one comedy moment as a kid. Well, at the time, my brother's baby mama, she was living with us, and she used to make jokes about my weight on the slide. So she used to make this joke trying to be fancy, and she was like, "Oh, you need a Brazil." And she just said it like that, and I thought about it, and you young, you thought about it. The correct thing. I was like, I said, and I didn't think without thinking. I said B is Brazil, not Brazil.
Not Brazil.
And my brother fell out laughing, and she talking about, you ain't gonna get him for calling me to be like at that point in the moment of comedy. Like, girl, don't come for me.
You said it wrong. You said
it wrong. Take your
said it wrong.
Like, you said Brazil. You so not smart that you called me a country.
She wait. She tried to call you country.
No, she called me Brazil. Like she just
She
bust
called
out
you
calling.
Brazil.
And I was like, really?
Oh, she
And I
called
had to
you a
really,
country.
I
My
had to
bad.
take a minute for
Yeah.
it to register before you come back up with the rebuttal like you did earlier. Like,
You
yeah,
gotta
give me
get
a minute.
you gotta get your information straight before you can use that.
Like, for one of my favorite comedy guy, I used to end my show talking about I was gonna start my own funeral home. And my slogan was if you shot them, we plot them. You stab them, we grab them. If you burn them, we earn them. You feel? If you tote them,
Right.
we tote them.
Oh, shoot.
Feel free, people. Now I don't put that in the atmosphere. Y'all welcome to use it because I'm gonna say the most
No, no,
retarded.
no, no, no. I don't because some of those I've seen where like people will everybody's had like uh those phone calls like those blank calls or those scam calls, right? So now I'm seeing people just come up with the weirdest just weirdest thing. Like there's a woman who's making content because she has a landline in a house that she owns, right? She has a landline. She does not know the number to the landline, but the scammers do. So every time she answers the phone, she says something witty and then they hang up. It's so like seeing people come up with something like that. Like I can't think of something that fast. They come with because they probably heard everything. So now they're just coming with their own with their own thing. It's hilarious.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all know we've come to that part of the show where we got to get out the studio, pay some bills, go hang out, fix some dinner. So, champ, real quick, comedy champ, this is your moment. If you want to take any shout outs, find out your movies at, take this opportunity to do your thing.
All right, you can find me on Tubi. Debit Card Life Matters and Church Sessions on Tubi. We got a new movie. Amazon Prime picked up the comedian Journeys. That'll be on Amazon Prime in a couple of weeks. If you're in the Toledo area, Toledo, Ohio area, June 21st, we got a Jeans So Tight tour going there. We're gonna be in Toledo, Ohio, June 21st. So go to kingscastleent.com, kingscastleent.com and get your tickets. And also April 13th, we got we have a virtual networking free. Virtual
Okay.
networking is free. So go to kingscastleent.com and what we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna tell you stop using everybody, stop wasting your money. In other words, you waste your money paying people for some stuff that you can be doing. It's like you got a business, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna tell you how you can make more out of your business. And the first thing is stop incorporating everybody in your business, especially your family. Because just because they're your family don't mean they should be your business partner, be all in your business, And so we're gonna just say some things, and say it's a free virtual like I said, networking event. So hey, you put your number up there, people blase, this is what I do, this is what I do. We're gonna tell you how you can make money by doing something that you like. And it's free. We ain't getting nothing out of it. Ain't nothing out of it. I just want to spread it to the world because there's a lot of things that we do that I was paying people to do it. Like not writing films, but like shooting movies and stuff like that. So I could, so I just incorporate certain people like, what, I want you to do this. I need you to do this and this and that, this and that. Why go spend all that money for some people that don't mean no good, and then when they shoot the film, it's not what you want. So then you got to reshoot it all over again. Then you got the people like, I need the movie covers. I'm paying somebody to do the graphics and this and that. And then they taking their time doing it. So I what? I said, what? I do it myself. I got the app, but boom, get on the computer. It's gonna take you a week or 2 or 3 weeks to learn how to do it. But once you learn how to do it, hey, it's all you.
All right. So, all right. And that can be found where again?
kingscastleent.com. Just go to the website and go to the event and you'll see it. And
Excellent.
just go ahead and register for the event. And hey, I forgot what time it starts, so don't quote me, but I know it's on a Sunday.
There you go.
Excellent.
We expect you to be there after church service. The collection plate.
Yo, yeah, yeah, it's out the church sessions.
You did. I love it, man. You've been a great guest. I enjoyed my time connecting with one of my kinfolk. Heck, me with one of my kinfolk.
Hey, you never know.
Two Florida boys, come on. You never know.
I got people in Quincy and Marietta up there in the woods, Campbellton, and they ain't even Marietta, they in Campbellton.
See, people
And
all
a few next Springs.
and I guarantee you're gonna find it somewhere you sit down and get to talking to folks and realize that's all it takes conversations.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, we can catch Kyle E. He dropping new A for Abled
A
episodes.
for Abled episodes right now. I'm stacking my episodes talking about mental health and talking about living with disabilities. Shouts out to Steady because he came through again. On a panel of mine with one of my best friends in the world, and it was beautiful. It's not out yet, but I'll be letting everybody know. And big ups to Tails. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody who has been listening to the content and watching it so far. You can catch me on every podcast audio platform as well as youtube.com/the A for Abled podcast.
And he think I'll be paying attention to. You can catch him on Brian Beeline's show on Thursdays.
Word up.
Right. Shout out to my peoples, man. That's it. That's for the show, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Live with DJ Steady. Y'all know how the slogan is. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Good night, folks.